Welcome to Beyond World of Cricket. I am Esha Hanspal. Bangladesh started without captain Shakib Al Hasan. India were caught unaware when Hardik Pandya limped off the field. Pandya injured his left ankle in just the third ball he had bowled. Virat Kohli completed that over. All in all, in a ground that has traditionally seen totals of upwards of 300, Bangladesh post 256 runs for the loss of 8 wickets in their allotted 50 overs. This is in contrast to what the stand-in skipper Shanto had anticipated when he won the toss and chose to bat first. He hoped to put up a big score up front for India to chase. When Rohit Sharma was asked what he would have liked to do, he says if he won the toss, he would have bowled first. Well, we already spoke about his astuteness as a captain. He knows his team well. He knows how to play them well. The Indian bowling attack looked in solid form right from the beginning. Also, the fielding needs to be mentioned here. Seamers had a field day as expected. Bumrah, Siraj, Thakur, Yadav all contributed to those wickets. Bumrah and Yadav with their lowest economy rates of 3.5 and 4.7 respectively in this particular innings. I'm not sure if those numbers have changed after that last over there. Whether Hardik Pandya comes out to play India's innings or not remains to be seen. If Pandya doesn't come out to bat in India's innings up next, is it his batting prowess down the order that will be missed? Because we saw how well the bowling order in India's team performed. Dav, is that a redundant question? Or we know India has a great batting order as well, but is that where Hardik Pandya will be missed? Because we will be talking as to how Hardik Pandya may be missed if he's ruled out of the future games that India is going to play.
Well, I'm expecting he'll need to recover over a small period of time. But if they require Hardik Pandya to bat, you know, he'll be making an appearance very late in the order. But I don't think that would be necessary. That's my opinion. I just think that the players above him are very, very good, and it's a very good pitch. In my opinion, it's a very below par score, and I don't think he'll be required.
Do you see him coming out to play India's innings, the way he limped off the field? You know, you were telling us as to how you think that this could be a little more concerning than...
Well, I'm not a medical person, but it just looked, you know, he was under a lot of discomfort. Couldn't put weight on it, clearly. What he needs to do is to repair it as quick as possible. I'm pretty sure it's not broken or anything like that, but they'll have an X-ray just to confirm the diagnosis, but I reckon that he will not be needed.
Just to go through the innings that we saw Bangladesh play, you say it is a below par score.
Started off well though.
Started off well.
Yeah, none for, what are they, none for 68 runs or whatever in the first 10 overs.
I think Jadeja took the first wicket in the 14th over, if I'm not mistaken. He
63.
took little loss,
Here we go, 63 for no loss. And that came at a bit of a flurry because the first 3 or 4 overs, there wasn't much runs scored at all. You know, towards the second half of that first of that power play, they really put the foot down and they batted, you know, really well. And that just showed you what the potential score might have been. But the Indian bowling attack is such that they just keep coming at you. You know, they're a bit just too strong. And when I say keep coming at you, I don't necessarily mean all fast bowlers. The spinners also are quite aggressive, and they're very, very good because they don't give you much to hit.
Yeah, Yadav, Jadeja.
Yeah, you know, so that's a reflection of their work shown on those figures in the innings progression.
Bangladesh were a little on a little bit of a back foot, not the full strength team going into this fixture, or was this a function of the great bowling display that we saw on the field right now?
Well, I think more the bowling display, to be honest. The wicket was really good. You know, the toss was won by Bangladesh. We'll have a bat first, which is fair enough. The wicket was terrific. There's no rain around. The sun was out.
If you can just look at,
and they're going to miss Sakib, but yeah, this guy here, 10 overs for 38 runs, and he picked up 2 wickets. And what about that catch? You know, we talk about the potential of this guy being a game changer. Now, that catch wasn't a game-changing catch, but it was a brilliant catch. But in different circumstances, it could have been. Here's his mate in, you know, his mate in the spinning department. 47 runs for a wrist spinner, 10 overs and 1 wicket. Wonderful effort. Again, on a good batting wicket, to bowl those wristies is a wonderful thing. And those two guys just kept coming at you.
And the brilliance of Bumrah that we saw.
Well, Bumrah's
right up front,
he's now got 9 wickets. He's 2 behind Santner, and he's equal with Matt Henry of the highest wicket takers in this tournament. So possibly could have got another one to be. I thought, but anyway, look, good effort, good return of figures of 2 for 41. Really, really good effort.
Siraj also took a couple of wickets. I think the last one.
Here we go, Mohammad Siraj, 10 overs, 60 runs. He is a little expensive though, isn't he? That's a little trend that we've seen over now the 4 games. But he still picks up a couple of wickets, and he was a little unlucky perhaps with that. He could have been a nasty injury with that finger. With the return, he hit really hard, but that's part of the game. But 2 for 60, he still played his part in it.
When you talk about Siraj and with Hardik injured, should he be ruled out for the next couple of games?
Hardik Pandya?
Yes, with Hardik Pandya injured, should he be ruled out of the next couple of games? Who would you replace him with? Right. Would you bring Shami in place of Siraj, considering we just spoke about how expensive he can be with the runs and wickets? Or would you pull up a Shami in place of Hardik?
No. Quick look at Mohammad Shami's figures, 191 wickets, and he has an economy rate of 5.5, which is pretty good. In fact, it's decent. Now, what would I do if Hardik Pandya is ruled out of the next game? He's batting at number 6, and he's one of 6 bowlers. You require 5. Right? So the 6th bowler is a little bit of insurance. But he's batting at number 6, and that's a pretty pivotal spot. So if you replace him from the bowling side of what he brings, then you're going to have a bit of a longer tail. Then Jadeja comes to 6. Who comes at 7? The tail's a bit long. I would be going for, finally, Surya Kumar Yadav. Diggy will be happy.
Just pull up the 15-member squad that India has in the bank as well.
Okay.
We have Surya Kumar Yadav. We have his figures, so let's do his figures first.
His strike rate's very, very good. He can get that average up a little bit. But at number 6, though, he may not have too much time to bat, so he falls into that category of game changer with 105.7 strike rate.
So you're going to replace a bowling all-rounder with a batsman?
Yes. Bearing in mind you need 5, but he's the 6th. Now, Shardul Thakur also may keep his place because of his batting ability, but I rather fancy they may even look at Mohammad Shami for next game at Dharamshala, right?
The next one is in Dharamshala. Why don't we actually just take a look at the fixtures that India has lined up in the next 5 matches in the round-robin stage. If we can just fire up that graphic, India's next 5 fixtures will tell you who they are playing. We have...
the next 2 are very, very...
There you go.
Next 2
October, So on October 22nd, India plays New Zealand. This one is in Dharamshala at the HPCA. October 29th is versus England, and this one is in Lucknow, Ekana.
Oh, okay.
November 2nd is Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is going to be played at the Wankhede in Mumbai. November 5th,
South Africa.
Yeah.
Where's that?
At Eden Gardens,
oh,
at the Lords of Asia, Eden Gardens, the iconic Eden Gardens. This will be quite a fixture. I'm looking forward to this one. Then November 12th is versus Netherlands, and that is going to be played in Bengaluru at the M. Chinnaswamy Stadium. Now, these are the games that have been lined up for India up ahead in the round-robin stage. Now, let's come back to Hardik Pandya. With Hardik Pandya, should he be ruled out of at least a couple of these, or maybe none at all? We don't know. We still have to wait and watch. Maybe he plays India's innings. But this is purely conjecture, is what we love to do. Should he be ruled out of the couple of these innings? Which of these fixtures do you think he will really be needed? Which of these fixtures can really use Surya Kumar Yadav as a replacement? Or would you want to pull up a bowler? Or would you want to draft somebody else?
Isha, look,
in India's 15-member squad?
First and foremost, I'm not a medical person. But
this is hypothetical. Let's say Hardik Pandya is not playing.
Right. I would think I would be rehabbing him, 6 sessions a day, more maybe, just to get him right for maybe the last 2 or 3, maybe. Who knows? He may be able to come and play next game, but I doubt it. But certainly he'd want to come back into competition mode before the semi-final. And as we agreed, or most of us agreed, that being that all-rounder, he gives that wonderful flexibility in that in that 11 to allow you to pick whoever down the bottom, as from the bowlers, because he does bowl. So yeah, as soon as possible is the answer.
Yeah.
But if he's not playing, then as I said, I'd prefer to see a batsman.
For all of these matches? If we can just have that graphic back on?
Yeah,
for all of these matches against all these teams?
Yeah, I would. Who else is there to play?
Well, there's a Shami that's sitting on the bench. There is an Ashwin.
So when you replace an all-rounder, in Hardik's case...
A bowling all-rounder.
Yeah, so who is the other bowling all-rounder in the group? You go for...
That's my question.
Yeah, you go for a full bowler or you go for a full batsman.
Yeah.
Now, already they've got 5 others. But they haven't got that, little insurance. So, that's at least you can cover. You've got 5 bowlers. But with Surya Kumar Yadav, he gives you that 6th batsman.
Yeah, and Ishan Kishan still waits for Shubman Gill to underperform.
I think so, yeah. Well, he could also be, but I think Kumar Sky will play. Time will tell, but that's what I think.
Okay, if the world is your oyster and you really can go out and pick another player to be drafted into the squad.
Oh, yeah, only if he's medically unfit to play for the rest of the tournament. And they've got a committee, that adjudicates on all that. Yeah.
If you had to pick someone out of not India's 15
in the
members
15th
squad, who do you think will be the perfect replacement for Hardik? In which case you have a situation where you don't have to pick out a batsman or a bowler.
You need an all-rounder.
You really can pick out an all-rounder. Who would that person
If you've got one, if there is one available. And this is the...
outside of India's 15-man squad.
That's what the BCCI are looking to fast-track. Identify who are these all-rounders out there playing first-class cricket and pick them and play them in A-team matches in India A or wherever.
So you think right now there is no one in the fold that India can pick out from?
There's so many running around. Honestly, I don't know. But that type of player is very valuable in any team. In Bangladesh's case, they have 2 very good all-rounders, but they're spinners, right? Saqib-ul Hasan and Mehdi Hassan Miraz. And they bat up the order, so very, very useful for that team, as much as Hardik Pandya is for the Indian team. And they need more of these guys who can come in and put pressure on for selection.
Okay. Also, I wanted to ask you, where do you think this particular innings is headed from here on?
The chase?
Yes, the chase. How is the chase looking? We pretty much assume that Hardik, his batting prowess will not be missed.
I don't think
in this
so.
Innings.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do you see it going?
I think it'll go similarly to what the previous games are. So these 2 openers, they put the pressure back on the bowling side. And especially the captain, Rohit Sharma, the way he's been playing is in terrific form. So if he continues in that way, this game, you saw Bangladesh score 63 for no wicket, really in the last 5 of those overs, from 6 to 10, not much before that. If India get going well before that, you're looking at 80 to 100. Yeah. That's possible because there's only 2 out of the circle in that first 10 overs. So here you go. He's got 3 innings, 217 runs, strike rate 141, 142. It's just amazing, really. So if that happens, if he's showing any sort of form in that first 10 overs, then I'm afraid it could be another early finish and a increase of the net run rate for the Indian team.
Dav, very quickly, if we can just have the, yeah, there it is. If we can just look at these numbers, you see the most number of runs coming in from Rohit Sharma, Virat Kohli,
Yeah.
KL Rahul. Do you think there is too much dependence on these two?
I mean, which team wouldn't want them to play in that, you know? That comment only comes because they've been successful, Esha, right? So if they weren't successful, then numbers 4, 5 and 6 will get more of an opportunity. I don't think they're dependent. The team is dependent on them. But there will come a time when, you know, they will fail. The odd game. So there's, you know, number 4, 5, 6, they'll step up. And they'll
because even if you look at these guys, it's not that they cannot on an odd day, even Ishan Kishan for that matter, it's not that they cannot post a big total. They're completely capable of doing that.
Yeah, they're only, those numbers are only down because they haven't been given the opportunity to go up and have a bit of time to spend at the wicket and get runs. So, you know, I don't think the team is dependent on them. Certainly not.
Okay, very quickly, if we can just take a look at our social media, because it is firing up as always when we have you, Dav, on the show on No More with Whatmore. Okay, Krish says, he comments saying that star all-rounder Hardik Pandya injured, only 5 bowling options, flat pitch from 91 to 0, 250 to 256 for 8. The captaincy appreciation with Rohit Sharma deserves, back to the remaining bowlers, and here are the results.
Yeah, he didn't
Vote of confidence to Rohit Sharma there.
Yeah, I agree, but he didn't have a choice though, did he? He's only got 5. Plus he gave 3 balls to Virat Kohli because he didn't want to use up, you know, one of the main bowlers. Because if you bowl, whoever bowls at 3 is deemed to have bowled an over. So very smart. Come and have a bowl, Virat. And he bowled 3 balls, 2 singles. Did a good job.
Good job.
Yeah. And his bowling changes as well. You know, the rotation of the ball is wonderful.
Shurya says, Hardik, Siraj and Shardul turning out to be a burden on Team India. Yes, pick up wickets here and there, but economy-wise, they are a disaster. I hope Shami and Surya are brought back.
Dear. It's a little harsh, isn't it? You know,
would you agree with
they are part of the bowling attack, part of the battery. Shardul and Mohammad Siraj, and yes, Mohammad Siraj today went for 6s, I think, and Shardul also, you know, gives away a few runs in his early spell, but he comes back and he does okay. Again, he picked up another wicket in that second spell. So they have on the surface. I can understand those comments. I can, and I think Mohammad Shami return to competition is not far away. That's my gut feeling, and I reckon it could be next game. So you know, your not caller, the person writing in, I think has got a valid point.
Team India should be happy to not have Shurya as their coach. Would you say? He's quite a hard taskmaster. He's like, economy not on point, maybe they don't deserve a spot on the team.
Who's
Shurya
the coach?
is a viewer who has commented.
Okay, so that Surya says that who's the coach?
They're a burden on the team.
Oh, they're a burden. Yeah. That's a little bit harsh, but
That's a bit
but
harsh,
I understand the point though.
Yeah.
You know, I understand the point. And on the surface, 6 and over. Yeah, when the others are going at less, you know, that also, you know, highlights the difference.
Okay, we just take the last comment, Dav, because then our viewers will be able to catch him on the 6:30 edition of WION World of Cricket. So make sure you tune into that with Digvijay Singh Deo, our sports editor. Do not miss out on that one. The last comment, Dav, Shreya says 257 is definitely below par score, at least 40 short. But we've seen how these scores become tricky while chasing. We might not have Hardik as well. So we are a batter short. Rohit's start will be so important.
What's the name of the writer?
Shreya.
Shreya, you sound like you're a little bit worried, but I can assure you I don't think there's a need to be worrying. I think your team is going to do very well. Surely, yes, they are chasing a score, that there are runs on the board, but the such as the talent in the Indian team, I'm pretty sure that you'll have a happy second half of the game.
Okay, that's all we have for you on this edition of WION World of Cricket. This is me, Esha Hanspal, signing off with Dav Whatmore. Dav Whatmore continues with the broadcast at the 6:30 edition of the WION World of Cricket. Make sure you tune into that one. Thank you. I'll catch you later.